Across the globe, buried in sand and shrouded in jungle, lie monuments so vast, so precise, they seem to defy our understanding of the ancient world. They're relics of impossible engineering, left behind by cultures that history tells us were primitive. For centuries, we've accepted the story that these wonders were built with simple hand tools and brute force. But what if that story is wrong? What if the greatest achievements of our ancestors weren't entirely their own? What if they had help? Get ready to question everything you thought you knew, because scattered across our planet is compelling evidence of a forbidden technology, a technology that wasn't born on Earth. These stones shouldn't exist. At an altitude of nearly 10,000 feet, they're so high of nearly 13,000 feet in the Bolivian mountains, lies a puzzle that defies easy explanation. Puma Punku. The cuts are perfectly straight. The drill holes are impossibly precise. The interlocking H-blocks look as if they came from a factory. Mainstream archaeology tells us this was the work of the Tiwanaku people around 500 AD, using stone and bronze tools. But the evidence seems to tell a different story. From the deserts of Peru to the temples of Egypt, a single, shocking pattern emerges. The fingerprint of a technology that seems far beyond our own. This is the story of the forbidden alien tech found in our most ancient ruins, and the extraterrestrial intelligence that our ancestors may have called gods. Take a closer look at Puma Punku. The stones here are andesite and red sandstone, some weighing over 100 tons. The largest is estimated to be around 130 metric tons. The nearest quarry for these massive stones is over 10 miles away, and for the even larger sandstone blocks, it's nearly 60 miles away. The official explanation suggests a massive labor force using ropes, ramps, and rollers. But Puma Punku sits at an altitude where large trees for rollers don't grow, meaning wood would have had to be imported. So how did they move these city block-sized stones across miles of punishing terrain? And it's not just the scale, it's the precision. The cuts in the andesite, one of the hardest stones on Earth, have perfectly straight edges, with joints so precise, a razor blade can't fit between them. We see complex interior corners and drill holes so uniform, they appear to have been made with advanced tools. How could a civilization, believed to possess only simple hand tools, achieve a level of precision that would challenge our own modern machinery? The mystery deepens with the famous H-blocks. They are all remarkably uniform, suggesting a mastery of measurement and prefabrication thousands of years before the Industrial Revolution. This has led some researchers to propose a radical theory. The stones weren't carved at all, but were cast using a form of advanced geopolymer, or liquid stone. It's a fringe theory, rejected by geologists, as the stones show clear marks of being cut from a quarry. But it's an idea born from the sheer difficulty of explaining the official story. Mainstream archaeology insists on human ingenuity, but struggles to offer concrete answers for this level of perfection. The stones of Puma Punku don't just ask us to question how they were built, but by whom. The mysteries of Puma Punku and Giza are just the beginning. All over the world, our ancient ancestors left behind clues that challenge the very foundation of our history. If you believe there's more to our past than what the history books tell us, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next as we uncover more forbidden truths. Our journey now takes us to the arid plains of southern Peru, home to one of the world's most profound enigmas, the Nazca Lines. Etched into the desert floor are over 1,000 geoglyphs, forming immense straight lines, geometric shapes, and depictions of animals like hummingbirds, monkeys, and spiders. Created between 500 BC and 500 AD, these figures are so large that many can only be fully appreciated from the air. Archaeologists explain that the Nazca people created these lines by simply removing the dark, oxidized desert pebbles to expose the lighter soil beneath, and many are also visible from surrounding foothills. The purpose, according to mainstream theory, was likely ceremonial. Ritual pathways related to the sacred importance of water and fertility in the arid region. But for many, this explanation doesn't quite add up. Why create such colossal works of art, if not for someone in the sky to see them? The lines stretch for miles, some perfectly straight, over uneven terrain. How was this achieved without an aerial perspective to guide them? The sheer scale seems to have an intended audience, one that the Nazca themselves could never be. One of the most famous and unsettling figures is a geoglyph on a hillside, popularly known as the astronaut. Experts suggest it's a stylized shamanic figure, but its large, round eyes and domed head bear an uncanny resemblance to a helmeted being, waving to the heavens. Was this a depiction of a shaman, or a depiction of a visitor from the sky? The Nazca Lines remain a silent, sprawling message on the desert floor. The question is, who was it for? This pattern of skyward-gazing art isn't isolated. In the jungles of Mexico, at the Mayan site of Palenque, lies the tomb of King Pakal the Great. His sarcophagus lid, a 7-ton slab of intricately carved stone, has become one of the most controversial artifacts in archaeology. Mayanist scholars explain that the image is a classic representation of their cosmology. It shows Pakal at the base of the world tree, falling into the underworld on a journey of death and rebirth. The flames are the roots of the tree, and the machine is a collection of standard mythological symbols. Yet, as author Eric von Daniken famously pointed out, if you rotate the image, Pakal appears to be seated at the controls of a complex machine. His hands seem to manipulate levers, his foot is on a pedal, and behind him, structures that look like flames and exhaust blast outward. Is it just a stunningly complex cosmological map? Or is it possible the Maya were using the language of myth to describe a technology they witnessed but didn't fully comprehend? This idea of gods descending from the sky with advanced knowledge isn't just in art. It's written in our oldest texts. In ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerian civilization seemed to blossom overnight with advanced knowledge. Their cuneiform tablets tell of powerful beings who came from the heavens, the Anunnaki. According to the controversial translations of the late author Zecharia Sitchin, the Anunnaki were extraterrestrials from a planet called Nibiru, who came to Earth to mine gold and genetically engineered humanity as a worker race. It must be stated clearly, Sitchin's translations and his entire narrative are universally rejected by mainstream historians and linguists as mistranslations and pseudo-archaeology. But even if Sitchin's specific story is flawed, it doesn't dismiss the core of the Sumerian belief system. They worshipped powerful, flesh and blood beings who they said descended from the sky. Who were these Anunnaki? Were they simply mythological gods born from human imagination? Or were the Sumerians chronicling, in the only way they knew how, the arrival of very real visitors? Puma Punku, Giza, Nazca, Palenque. The stories are all different, yet the pattern feels familiar. impossible structures that challenge our understanding of ancient capabilities, precise alignments to the heavens, and recurring myths shared by cultures with no contact, of powerful sky gods who descended with wisdom. Mainstream science attributes it all to human ingenuity, coincidence, and myth. But when the anomalies pile this high, you have to ask if that explanation is enough. What if the evidence is exactly what it looks like? A legacy of technology left behind, encoded in stone and myth, for a future generation to finally understand. We are that generation. We have the technology to see the patterns, to read the clues, and to question the narrative we've been given. The evidence is out there for those willing to see it. The only question left is, are we ready to accept the truth of our own past? What do you think? Are these ancient marvels the work of human hands alone? Or is there evidence of a guiding, extraterrestrial intelligence? Let us know your theory in the comments below. And if you want to explore more of our world's hidden history, make sure to check out our other videos on screen now. Thanks for watching.